Missiles near Ukraine's Black Sea port of Odessa on Friday, hitting an apartment building and a resort, killing at least 18 souls. USA Radio News.
If you're concerned about the power grid and want to generate your own supply of off-grid electricity, this will be the most important message you'll hear this year. Here's why. We now have a small number of solar generators back in stock. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving backup power when you need it most. And unlike gas generators, solar generators run quietly, emit no dangerous fumes, and produce an endless supply of free electricity from the sun. Whether it's wildfires, dangerous weather, power grid issues, or just getting off the grid, you'll never have to suffer through painful power outages again. Even better, all this week, radio listeners get over $700 in free off-the-grid bonuses too. Go to mysolarbackup.com to learn more and check availability. That's mysolarbackup.com. Look for the free report, Crisis Cooling, how to make absolutely sure your meat, milk, and medicines stay safe and cool in any power outage. Yours free at mysolarbackup.com.
If you're living with chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, lower back, and shoulders, I've got exciting news for you.
Emmett Smith, all-time rushing leader and Hall of Famer.
Now you can get relief from pain without harmful medications and surgery. Call my guys at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics specializes in biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue. I'm talking about natural pain treatments now available, not just for pro athletes, but to people like you.
At QC Kinetics, we're seeing patients every day who suffer from chronic joint pain but who desperately wanted to avoid surgery. We're treating joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions with long-lasting results.
Listen, it's all about getting your life back. Playing touch football with kids, walking upstairs pain-free, getting back on a job, and patients at QC Kinetics are raving about the results.
QC Kinetics. Call to learn more about restorative treatments that can get you back in the game.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. 352-400-4550.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Hey everybody, check out the all-new garden decor section at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street. If you've not been to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery lately, you owe yourself a special treat, a visit to their all-new garden decor section. You'll find clay pots just $10 each when you buy 2 or more. A giant-sized bale of Bob's famous pine straw mulch won't blow away and won't float away, just $5.99. Concrete bird baths, many creative designs, all 30% off. And your favorite wind chimes, all 20% off. And of course, all indoor foliage, a huge selection, 50% off. Check the ad at bobwinescamelliagardens.net. Then hurry on down to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Special store hours daily till 4, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, keeping Ocala green and growing for 70 years.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. On a Friday, July 1st, so there's a lot of new laws going into effect today in the state of Florida, and we'll go over a few of them. The Parental Rights and Education Bill That law will require school district school boards to notify student parents of involvement in critical decisions affecting the student's mental, emotional, or physical well-being. It also prohibits classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity in certain grade levels, and for school districts to notify parents of health care services. House Bill 5001 is the General Appropriations Act. This bill will provide a minimum wage increase to state employees and law enforcement while also providing tax suspension on gas, diapers, and school supplies. Maya's Law, the Tenant Safety Law. This will require the apartment operators to provide tenants with a reasonable notice for repairs in dwelling units. It will also enforce stricter background checks and the use of master keys. Florida Statute 316.3045, loud music in vehicles. This law will allow law enforcement officers to give tickets to drivers playing music loudly in their cars. Drivers will be unable to play music from vehicles that is a distance of 25 feet or more. The Reducing Fetal and Infant Mortality Bill. This law prohibits a physician from performing an abortion if the fetus is past 14 weeks, rendering late-term abortion services illegal. There is an injunction against that will go into effect probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So that law will only be in effect today and Monday. There's the School Safety Law. This law requires schools to create a plan to reunify families in case of school evacuations, have law enforcement officers ready to respond to emergencies like school shootings and to be present in shooting drills. It will also require schools to provide annual incident reports that are easily digestible to the people that are reading them. Lastly, it also requires school officers to take mental health intervention training in school districts to train its staff in youth mental health awareness. There's the regulation of smoking by counties and municipalities. That House Bill 105 that goes into law. The Florida Clean Indoor Air Act will regulate vaping and tobacco smoking in public places. The law's goal is to protect the public from the health hazards of secondhand tobacco smoke. Smoking will be restricted in public beaches and parks. The law will also allow school districts to regulate smoking on school property. Senate Bill 1054, the financial literacy instruction in public schools. This law requires students starting in grade 9 must earn 1/2 credit in personal financial literacy and money management to receive their high school diplomas. House Bill 7065. This is the Child Welfare Law. This law will create programs to provide guidance and resources for fathers to inspire them to have positive involvement with their children. It will also provide mentorship for fatherless children and funding to help children in foster care in the juvenile justice system. Lastly, it declares the month of June as Responsible Fatherhood Month. House Bill 7 is the Individual Freedom Law. This law prohibits the indoctrination of students in systemic racism or to a particular point of view inconsistent with the principles of individual freedom. According to this law, the principles of individual freedoms means that all individuals are equal before the law and have inalienable rights. This bill also restricts how race-related instructions in workplace will be dealt with. House Bill 7061 is a taxation law. This law will provide tax relief for back-to-school season, recreation, and disaster preparedness. It also gives tax breaks to companies who hire interns and create affordable housing. House Bill 761 will provide tax credit to companies that give to charities, providing counseling for families. Senate Bill 7072. This is the social media platforms. This law will prohibit a social media platform from deplatforming a candidate for political office or journalistic enterprise. The Florida Elections Commission is going to fine media platforms $250,000 per day for suspending the accounts of candidates for statewide office and $25,000 a day for any other candidates. Senate Bill 1890 is campaign financing. This law puts a $3,000 contribution limits on political committees. It also prohibits a candidate from donating surplus campaign funds to a charitable organization in which he or she is employed. House Bill 7045. This law expands the eligibility of K-12 scholarships for students to attend private schools. This will allow students with disabilities to have scholarships that will allow them to choose public or private schools. It will also allow low-income students to attend schools that their parents otherwise can't afford. Lastly, it also expands eligibility to include students who are dependents of a member of the U.S. Armed Forces and adopted children. House Bill 529, Moment of Silence in Public School. This law will require a moment of silence to be set aside for students during the first period classroom in all grades. It will require teachers to set aside 2 minutes daily in which students may not interfere with other students' participation. House Bill 5, the Civic Education Curriculum. This law requires the Department of Education to develop or approve an integrated civic education curriculum for grades K through 12. The curriculum should help students' development of civic responsibility and knowledge, that according to the legislation. House Bill 233, Post-Secondary Education. This law prohibits the State Board of Education from shielding students, staff, or faculty from certain speech. It will require the Board of Education to perform annual surveys on freedom and viewpoint diversity. Senate Bill 1028, Education. This creates the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, which provides female athletes with the opportunity to demonstrate their skills in participating in athletic endeavors. The bill-specific athletic teams or sports designated for females, women, or girls may not be open to students of the male sex. Official will take a student's biological sex as established by their birth certificate as their actual sex when considering who should participate. The Farming Operations Law, Senate Bill 88. This law protects reasonable agricultural activities conducted on farmland from inconvenient lawsuits. It'll protect farm operations, including but not limited to noise, smoke, odor, dust, fume, particle emission, or vibration. Senate Bill 148 is the beverage law. This law allows certain food service establishments to sell or deliver alcoholic beverages off location under certain circumstances. It will allow customers to take alcohol out of a restaurant, and it will be revised the requirement for the sale of alcoholic beverages by certain vendors. Insurance, Senate Bill 76. This law will prevent contractors from soliciting residential property owners through prohibited advertisements or to make homeowners file insurance claims. It will also restrict contractors from providing an authorization agreement to the insured without providing a good faith estimate. Senate Bill 1884 is the preemption of firearms and ammunition regulation. This law will broaden the 2011 law requiring local governments to pay as much as $100,000 in damages if they are sued for imposing gun regulations. And then finally, House Bill 7017, Foreign Influence. This law requires any state agency or political subdivision to disclose any gift or grant with the value of $50,000 or more from any foreign source to the Department of Financial Services within 30 days of receiving it. So there are all the laws that are new that go into effect today. So make yourself familiar with those laws. We'll take a break, come back, give you what's on tap this weekend around town, plus birthdays in this day in history, all in the wrap-up of the week that was on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style